Oh shoot. Okay. I don't want to give away my address, but okay, this video is for my Neo Geo MVS or CMVS console. To give you a little info, um, before I open this, I had ordered this. Well, it's been 12 weeks. If you want to buy one of these, you have to kind of pre-order it. It's on their website. It takes minimum 10 to 12 weeks after you make the pre-order or just purchase. It's going to take them 10 to 12 weeks to ship it out to you. And the cool thing about this was exactly one day before the 12th week, they had sent me an email stating my console is ready for shipment. I was like, I was just so, I was shocked but like stoked and excited because I'm like, wow, just one day before it's gonna be exactly 12 weeks and they end up emailing me. I'm like, I still can't get over it. That was so cool. And yeah, the other thing is, what was I gonna say? Yes, it does take long, but you gotta be patient. Remember, these consoles are customized. They're like ordered. They're like, you have to. They're custom made. They're made of wood, high quality wood. The other thing is, there's so many pre-orders that, you know, yours comes in whatever order or line it was in. So you have to wait. I had to wait 3 months after I had placed an order for this. I haven't tried it yet, obviously, but I am so happy. My dream since I was a kid was to always have one of these consoles. I have, I'm 32. I grew up playing in arcades. I love Neo Geo. Now, the funny thing is, I never knew that Neo Geo came out with the console till I was in my like mid-teens. Then I found out about this. So, but even then, like, just to give you an idea, there's no way of you can afford this thing. You had to be rich. I mean, if you look where I live in a I live in a high-scale neighborhood. I'm not gonna show anything, but very expensive. And even for me growing up, my parents wouldn't give me that. Like, as close as I was getting was like a Sega, you know, stuff like that. Not $1,000 console, because I think when it came out it was like $600 or 500. The games were what? I don't know exactly. I was told that they were ranging in like the high hundreds, like not high hundreds, like 300, 200 to 400, I think, a piece. And so yeah, it was impossible. I never knew anyone who owned one of these. And the other thing is, most people that I know or grew up with never even heard of it. So it was that rare just because of how great it is, or how expensive I meant. But as far as great, yeah, it was the best. Everyone always dreamed of having an arcade system. I always wanted to play on a console that had arcade graphics. That was every kid's dream. Like, we always spoke to each other like, man, wouldn't it be great? And we knew one day that a console would be just as good or better. And this was it. The only downside was that you had to be rich to buy one of these. I mean, there was just no way, man. And yeah, I'm so thankful for a company like this that makes it, you know, not only like you don't have to own the actual cabinet, you can have like a console version of it. So it's pretty cool. And I mean, who doesn't want an arcade game in their system? It was my dream since I was a kid, and like I still can't believe it. The other thing is, there's another guy who sells these consoles. I think his name is Quan. He goes to like gaming expos, gaming conventions. Like, I met this guy at Frankensons at the out in where they shot the Back to the Future movie. Well, it's Frank and Son's show. It's like a big like warehouse where they have celebrity guests every Saturday, and you can play like Magic the Gathering, buy video games, buy anything collectible, X-Men cards, comics, Spawn, video games, memorabilia, everything's autographed. They have everything. Check them out online, Frank and Sons. They're amazing, and they have like all these conventions there, like a gaming convention. Well, that's where I met the guy, and he was selling his console for I think $500 or $400. So he was giving me a better deal. To put it in short, he was selling the console $200 to $250 cheaper than analog. The only problem I had with that guy is, I'm not trying to talk down to the guy or bad about him, but we had emailed back and forth. I was interested in the console, but he first emailed me about the layout for the stick. He said he had 5 versions of it. I asked him, okay, can you send me a picture of those versions? So I want to know what layouts you have, how they look. He never answered my question. He just avoided it. Then I asked him, what about the memory? Do you have the memory card that came with Neo Geo? Is it built in? Does it have internal memory? Because I want to play, like the baseball game. All those games that require, to play a league or some game like Magician Lord, you need a memory card or internal memory in order to continue the game, because you're not going to beat it in one sitting. You sure can't beat a season of baseball or whatever. And I hate baseball, but that game is so fun. And so I'm like, yeah, you want to save your game, your scores, whatever. Dude didn't even answer my question. And you know what? If you Google this guy, Neo Geo, and Quan, he's actually kind of known out there when it comes to like this console. So he makes his own, and it looks nice. But dude, he was kind of shady, so that's what bothered me. I'm investing like $700 total for him on his stuff, plus the stick. The stick he was selling, I think, was $200. But I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna give you this much money and then not know what I'm getting. Answer my questions. So on that note, you can look him up. He's the only other guy. I think there's actually 3 or 4 other people that do this. It's Analog, which is like the Ferrari of the Neo Geo consoles, which I say just stick with them. They're known everywhere. They're more reliable. Everyone's giving them like amazing feedback. Quan, he's gotten good feedback as well. But like I said, the communication, I still have his emails, was not all there. I did ask him a lot of questions, but that's because I'm spending a lot of money. I want to make sure I'm getting what I pay for. So if you want my business, make sure you answer your customers' questions. Otherwise, you just lost the sale. And that's what he did. He didn't answer all of my questions. I was being really specific, which is what you want, because you want to make sure your customer doesn't back out or make a regret or say, oh, he didn't want this or he didn't know that, and then he's going to want his money back. I don't want to go through that. I want to make sure, I'm spending this much money, I'm getting what I pay for. All I wanted to know was the memory internal. Did it come with the memory card? What kind of layouts do you have for the controller? Send me some pictures. Wouldn't answer those questions. So you guys want to trust him? You're worth a shot. I did meet him. He was cool. I did like the guy, but I don't know. That to me just led me the other way. So if he ever sees this video, hey Quan, this is Vince. You gave me your card. You probably will remember me. Either way, dude, I would have bought from you. I would have bought from him. It's just, it was those 2 things that if you would have just answered everything, I would have rather gone with him. Honestly, no. The reason why is, dude, I spent like $900. I spent $600, I believe, on this, or $650, plus $250 for the console. So I spent like a total of between $900 and $1,000, whereas Quan was selling his and a stick, separate of course, for $700, I think, total. So I knew it was like $200 or $250 less. So believe me, I would have gone that way, but you know what? When something's not going right, no one's answering your questions, you can't go through with the sell. You got to back off. And I'm sorry, but if you guys want to go his way, he's always available. He has a website, Quan is like, I think it's Quan. I think it's Vietnamese. His last name, at least. I don't know, that's his first name. Just type in Quan CMVS console. I forgot what he calls it. It's something else. It looks just like the original. This one, of course, is made of wood. Yeah, his is plastic, like a plastic shell. But yeah, I've heard great reviews as far as his product goes. Oh yeah, the other upside to him though is he'll send you your console within 4 weeks. This company, 12 weeks. Keep in mind though, this is real wood, quality wood. That's not. It's two different builds, and we're about to look at this. Yeah, I know I've gone off, but I want to give people advice if they're having doubts or they want, other options. He's one of them. Analog is another, which everyone knows Analog. And I think there was one called Super. It's another Neo Geo console. It's just called Super something. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I also want to show you guys, I had bought, in preparation, during those 3 months, I had bought some games. I actually stopped spending about 5 weeks ago because, I didn't want to just keep buying games and, I'm planning on getting my computer and I didn't want to go all crazy on games and whatever. Because the other thing is, I need an upscaler. I don't have one. I only got the component cables for this. So I'm going to eventually have to buy a Framemeister, I think. And that's like $300 to $400. So, and that's what you guys need. So if you want one of these, any retro consoles, you need to get a Framemeister. It's the best one, hands down. Just don't consider anything else, man. It's too much lag. The picture is terrible. Framemeister is the only one that's great. It's almost perfect. And I don't believe it's worth the money. I think it's honestly a ripoff. It's way too much for an upscaler. I've actually felt one. They feel cheap, but they work like, the price is labeled, but I believe that they should be no more than that one, maybe 80, 70 bucks, if not 50. It doesn't even feel like a 50. It really, when I grab this thing, it feels like $30 product. It's that cheap, it feels, but it's good, and I felt it from a friend, so that's all I can go by, but yeah. So, I know this was kind of a long explanation and I didn't get to the point, but I'm just excited, man. I want to get through all this. If you want, you can skip the video. I'm sure you will if anyone sees this. Now, the first game, not by order, but I did get this at the convention. Quan had sold me this. It was King of Fighters 95. Obviously, I bought Double Dragon at the convention, at the gaming convention at Frankensons. I got, this is Japanese for, what's it called again? Samurai Showdown 2. That was off eBay. And Next Glory Super Sidekicks. It's a soccer game, that cool soccer game you always see in the arcade somewhere, where you have that annoying clock that runs out in like a minute. And they rip you off in coins. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. My favorite game on Neo Geo, if you want to know, is Windjammers. By far, like, the best. The reason I love it, it's just like Dodgeball on Nintendo. I love that game. It's like my favorite Nintendo game ever. Probably next to Castlevania. I have so many memories of it as a kid. So that's why as soon as I played Windjammers, it reminded me 100% back. It takes me back to being a kid. Windjammers was just like Dodgeball. It was like playing it all over again, but like on steroids. And again, my other game for Neo Geo is Dodgeball on the Neo Geo, the Japanese version that came out on AES, which I am going to buy. What do you call that multi-cart? I don't really want those because it kind of ruins the fun of collecting the games, even though I still will, but I only want it for that game. It's the only way you can get it. It wasn't made for the MVS unless you have an AES console, you can't play it. But if you have the multi-cart, you can play the ROM. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be down the road. And right now, what I want to get first is Windjammers next, and then I'll buy the multi-cart and go from there. And of course, eventually, I gotta get my Framemeister. So yeah, I'll just talk through this, and here we go. So yeah, if you're wondering what's going on in the background, I'm watching Maximilian's his Alien video that came out over the weekend, the live stream. That was so awesome. Huge fan of Maximilian. Yeah. Oh yeah, I just came out of, I'm in college, not that that matters. I just got home, getting ready for finals next week. I'm so stoked, man. I'm also going to Hollywood this weekend with my family. We're going to Universal. Get to see Harry Potter Land and get on the Transformer ride for the first time. I'm just happy, man. Things are going great in my life. Enjoying school. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Looking at criminal justice, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm a huge gamer. Love games, always have. But yeah, and by the way, I just spent like $160 on Old Holland paint. What a pain that is. So all this stuff is just biting me in the butt. Spending all this money on games, and yeah. Probably shouldn't ramble so much. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Here we go. Oops. Dude. You smell that? Yeah? In a little bit. Oh, okay. Thanks. Alright. Sorry, someone was at the door. Let me read this. Oh, dude, this is like an acknowledgement letter? Oh no, it's my receipt. I thought I was like giving a special gold certificate. This is actually my receipt. I'm kind of worried now because it does not show my fighting stick. It says MX. Please tell me my fight stick's in there. This unboxing would really suck if my fight stick is not in here. I would rather them keep my console than to ship me, you know, the console. I can't play it. You know, now I'm worried, man. This is gonna suck, dude. What am I supposed to do with the console? Just stare at it? Like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. I'm telling you. That's really gonna piss me off. Like, Analog, you guys really... This is bad. This looks really bad on you guys. Really? You gonna ship me my console and no controller? Paid for the fight stick. Well, how do you open this thing? Oh, cool. I like that it's wrapped. Well, just so you know, it's nicely wrapped and secure, and this is actually quite heavy. I'm gonna have to put this down. This is way too heavy. One second. Do not want to mess this up. Hold up. Well, there's no fucking power cable to there is no power cable, and dude, this is bullshit. Now I'm fucking mad. Look, no power cable. Good, I got this, a component. How is it going to turn on? Okay, it's a beautiful console. I kid you not. Wow, this looks amazing. Like, it smells nice. It's beautiful. Like, wow. It is heavy. There's your Analog logo. Yeah, this thing looks perfect. But, dude, like, this is fucking bad. There's no power cable. There's no fight stick. What am I supposed to do? Look at the fucking thing? I spent $1,000 to stare at a fucking piece of wood. Dude, I'm fucking mad right now. This is from Analog, guys. This is what I got. I'll fucking show you, because this is pissing me off. No, you don't fucking do that shit. You didn't even tell anyone it doesn't come with... Fucking mad.